100 kilometers of running over 7 peaks with 6,400 meters of elevation gain and very technical terrain, all in one day. This is Ultra Trail Snowdonia. Well, here I am at the start line of Ultra Trail Snowdonia, considered one of the toughest within the Ultra Trail series, billed as beautiful beyond belief, savage beyond reason, not for the faint-hearted. Yikes. When you say it like that, and I've got, well, over 100k ahead of me and over 6,000 meters of elevation gain, yeah, you got to wonder what I'm doing here. But anyway, there's more to this event than first meets the eye, so let's rewind to some 5 months ago when James and I first entered the event and started training for it. All right, well, if you're watching this, then that means that future Mark has thrown to me while stood on the start line in Llanberis, North Wales, which is an odd thought, I know, and pretty hard to imagine because that means that I've managed to prepare myself to run over 100 kilometers over a ridiculously hilly terrain, which is mad, especially considering I've just logged into my Training Peaks account for the first time in a very long time, which is where I've always logged all my training, and it's continued to do so, even though I'm not necessarily training as such. And it's quite possibly got the lowest fitness score I've ever seen on it, almost in single digits. So I've got a lot of work to do. And what makes things worse is that I'm already a few weeks behind James, who seems to be knocking out some impressive runs already. So I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Whoa, hang on there, Mark. I'm not sure you need to catch up with me. I mean, I'm 2 years post-retirement now, and my fitness is at an all-time low. Literally, I don't think I've ever seen my fitness numbers as low as they are on Training Peaks, and I've been tracking my fitness on there for years. I mean, I retired 2 years ago. I've moved house from SA to UK. I have started a new career, renovated a house, had 3 kids in quick succession, and yeah, of course there's the retirement thing from professional triathlon too. So all of those things combined mean I am at an all-time low, and the effects of being really unfit have actually been really real. I've been feeling really lousy, and well, let's just call it what it is. I've been depressed. I have suffered with a bit of depression and struggled with it. I've got professional help and I've changed a few things in my life. But one of the main things I needed was to get some balance back in my life and get fit again. And to do that, I needed a challenge.
Another problem with running all the time that people don't talk about is the clothes pile. I am washing clothes constantly.
Feeling my age. Hey Cody, how's the fitness going?
Yeah,
Getting fit?
look at this. Done a pretty good job there. Look at that fitness. Flying. 3 big weeks of running, consecutive days, big runs. Now these things really hurt.
Good few months into my training now, and ramping it up. I've got up to 75 Ks running this week, which is actually roughly my weekly mileage when I was a pro, and I'm not doing any of the swimming or running or biking, but still back on track, feeling pretty fit. I am really looking forward to the race now. Getting exciting now, it's getting real.
Just finishing off my last run of the week, my first 100k run week in a very, very, very long time. I actually feel pretty darn good. Look at this. That is dry stuff. Little treat. I am living on these things on long runs. Little chew from Precision Fuel and Hydration. Onwards! Look at that fitness. Look at it climb. I thought I'd pause for a second and just run you through how I'm going about my training, which you can see here. There is a slight method to the madness, although it may seem like I'm heading out and just doing crazy runs all the time to get myself ready for this. I mean, it does to me as well at times. However, it's really important I don't burn myself out because, as I said, I'm trying to do a lot in a short space of time here, and that could be very easily done. So whilst I am tracking this blue line, my fitness, which is very addictive, what I'm also tracking are these pink lines and these yellow lines. Pink line being my fatigue, yellow line being my form. And you'll see at points where the fatigue goes right up through the roof where I'm doing tons of miles, and the form drops down because of the fatigue. But what's important is I then recover and allow that fatigue to come down, the form to come back up, and then push on again. And that is how you overload and improve your fitness. Right, well, here we are, the night before Ultra Trail Snowdonia, in the midst of this madness. It's organised madness. I am trying to sort out all my kit. There is a lot of it. There's a ton of mandatory kit, understandably so. It's going to be climbing over a load of mountains tomorrow. So let's run through some of it quickly. So I've got waterproof jacket, waterproof trousers. I've got a second warm layer. I've got some tape. I've got a fork. I've got... I think that's everything. Now I just need to figure out how to get it all in there. You will probably notice though that I'm here on my own, and unfortunately, yes, James hasn't been able to come to Snowdonia, and that's because he's unfortunately injured his foot. So whilst his training was going very well, sadly his foot's given in on him.
Well, that's not good. Sad face. Ouch.
Yeah, sadly he's not entirely sure what he's done to it. Obviously it's not okay to be running 100k on, and obviously not over a bunch of mountains. So yeah, absolutely gutted for him, and obviously I'm super bummed to not be running with him tomorrow and have his company out there. Talking of which, I should probably go grab some food and lay my head down and start dreaming of those mountains.
How are you feeling?
A bit nervous.
Yeah.
It's just knowing it's going to hurt.
Let's get ready to go.
Now we're underway, let's take a peek at the route I'm undertaking. It starts from Llanberis with a climb up to the highest point in Wales, Snowdon. I will then work my way up and over 6 more mountains, taking in countless stunning trails and technical ridges. There will be 7 checkpoints combined with aid stations on course, which all come at the base of each climb. Then the real nail in the coffin comes at 68 kilometres as the route heads back up Snowdon before taking on 2 more mountains. Cheers, thank you. I'm on the first big descent of the day down from Snowdon. So I'm a little over 10k in now. This is a 5k descent with some of the gradients kicking up to 30%. This is where the damage can be done, and I know that from previous experiences out here in Snowdonia on the mountains. So try to make sure I prepare as best as possible for this. So to prepare myself for this crazy amount of elevation and the descents, the killer, My plan was to head off into the mountains because sadly I don't live in the mountains, albeit a very hilly area. It is not Snowdonia by any means. Great intentions, but sadly life has just got in the way and time is slipping away from me. I've been busy on weekends and just haven't been able to go. So I've had to get a bit creative with my training. Whether that creativity works or not, I'm not too sure, but I'm confident, or I'm putting some confidence into it. So one is that obviously I'm just trying to get some good volume in, and I'm doing some pretty big runs now. I'm also trying to do them on consecutive days, so I'm actually kind of condensing all the running into just a few days. So I may be doing 80 to 100k in a week, but I'm doing it over the course of literally 4 days. So I might do like 20k, 20k, 35k, 15k or 20k. So a heck of a lot in a short space of time. Which obviously is pretty hard going, not allowing my body much recovery time. The other thing I'm doing is trying to obviously run all off-road and all hilly, which means a lot longer on my feet. And I'm also starting the week, or some of the weeks, by doing hill reps. So I'm literally just running straight up and down a hill to try and create that fatigue, get myself stronger. But I'm also, because I know I don't live in the mountains, I'm running really hard downhill to create that muscle damage and fatigue, which then I'm then carrying into some of the future runs. So actually I'm running sort of an 80k to 100k week with serious muscle damage in my legs, which I'm hoping is going to prepare me for some of those ascents at Snowdonia.
Well, knowing that I have a little under 90 kilometres still to go, I've tried to set out very conservatively. I'm aware that rushing and racing early on can destroy your day, so I'm taking this seriously. So much so, I was in fact one of the slowest through the first aid station. A few seconds lost here could potentially save me minutes or hours later on. Now, as I head up over the glidders, I found myself in a small group, which is great for morale, but I'm conscious it could affect my pacing if I don't pay attention. The second checkpoint and aid station came after a very steep descent over Luscri, but right ahead of us was another almighty mountain with over 1,000 metres of elevation gain. There might be a theme here. Time to fuel up and get cracking.
Right, on a pretty long descent now. It's very gradual. It's probably the least technical canyon today. Whoa, I've got to be honest, my legs are quite sore, so the poles have come out on the descent to sort of take a bit of load, a bit of weight on.
11:24.
Oh, tender. Oh, thank you. You walked in that. There is. That door to my left, to your right, sir. There to your left.
This is a big milestone on course. This checkpoint comes at around halfway and also serves as a bag drop area, meaning I can access a personal bag I dropped off on the morning of the event. In there I have spare clothes, blister plasters, electrolytes, chews, Now, this couldn't have come at a better time either. Since the first kilometre, I've been struggling with a dodgy stomach, feeling like I might vomit each time I eat or drink. I've also been looking forward to breaking the back of this thing, taking a few minutes to compose myself and also escape the heat.
One of my poles is jammed, which is really annoying. Can't lock it out. I really need to. So I'm like using one pole on the climbs at the moment. It's not ideal. I really think I'm going to need the two from here on. Right. It's the fourth climb. Oh, another 3 to go. Gotta say, I'm in a bit of a battle today with myself. I don't know whether it's just my mind, but just everything seems to be going a little bit wrong. Like, I've had a bit of an icky tummy all day. I had to stop at the Portaloo first aid station. Probably gonna have to do again here, which I don't normally really have to do, and therefore not really eating as well as I should be. And then I had a stumble trying to get the GoPro out to film and avoid some other people climbing, and so I've twisted my ankle, really stupid, literally in the first 10k, and now it's kind of like, it's all wobbly, and obviously I'm going on loads of technical stuff, so, oh man. I don't know if you can see that, but my goodness, this is one hell of a view. Take my mind off the stomach issues anyway, for the time being. To be honest, my legs are really sore on the descents, more than I was hoping. It just suddenly came on. I'm also just, my stomach's still rubbish. I'm not really eating as much as I should be. Head's kind of hurting as a result. Come on. Almost at the top of Snowdon. I'm not in a good way. My stomach is being a today, and very aware that I haven't eaten enough because of that. I'm trying to, but I feel like I'm going to vomit. It's going to be a really, really tough last 20-25k. Up here, turn off, and then I've got 2 more climbs. Come on.
I hit a serious low patch at the top of Snowdon and crawled down the first section of Ranger's Path from the summit. Man, I could have done with James's company here. Instead, I befriended Oscar from Sweden. We barely said a word to one another, but he knew the deal. By sticking together, we could help each other around. Power in numbers and all that. With 2 more big mountains to come and over 1,500 meters of elevation, I was aware that I needed to fuel. But my stomach was having very different ideas. If I'm honest, I'm not entirely sure what my body wanted in this aid station or what it was about to do.
Just want to like vomit every time I open.
At this point, I was thinking, can I do this? 23k to go? That's a long way. Do I want to do this? How steep will it get? Can my legs take another descent? This is rough. I tried to break the course up into manageable chunks in my head. Snowdon was the last big challenge, but in reality, I have 2 huge mountains to go.
It is heating up. Woo! Dipping my head and cap and everything in each stream I come across. Try and keep core body temperature down. Oh. Got a little over 15k to go. I think I can do this. Sorry for all the doom and gloom and the moaning today. Has been a tough day. On top of doing the ultra. I'm getting there. Got myself in a little rhythm here, and this is stunning. Oh. Come on, let's get to that finish line. Yoo!
How you feeling?
All right.
On the home stretch now? You're smashing it.
I think I might cry on this descent, but I'll get it done. It. Final climb. Might actually make it down before sunset. Quite an achievement. Gotta be honest, I am bricking it about the descent there. Oh, my legs are in agony, but still going strong, which is good. Oh my God.
Mark! Yeah!
Come in here.
Yeah, go in here.
So it's been a couple days since Mark's success at UTS. We'll call it success. How's those legs feeling, Mark?
My body went into survival mode for the 24 hours after, but I actually surprisingly come out the other side feeling okay. Obviously a little bit tender, and walking down the stairs has been interesting, but I'm all right. Lost a couple of toenails. On the whole, pretty chuffed. I made it round. That was the main goal. I did a lot better than I expected placing-wise. I placed 18th overall. And I kind of semi had a goal of trying to get in under 18 hours, and I did it in 16, 54, 44.
It's very impressive.
Yeah,
Very impressive. I mean, I also, when we started this, I was like, if we can get done before midnight, we'll be doing great. That was the goal, which is what, 18, 19 hours. Mark's gone and done under 17 hours. It's very impressive.
Even a friend of mine that lives in Snowdonia, when I told him my kind of semi-goal, he was like, ooh, yeah, wow, that would be pretty impressive if you managed that, mate. I mean, if you had anything under midnight, and I did start to panic, if I'm going to be honest, when you told me that, but yeah, so I did it. Phew.
Well, you did manage it. You smashed it. I was dot watching the whole day, trying to track you, and I'm not going to lie, I was getting pretty frustrated watching you. I actually went for a run.
Wait.
Yeah, a whole 5Ks, first run in 6 weeks, and 30 my foot, and the foot is holding up, so
Brilliant.
Probably time to find a new goal. Unfortunately, UTS is gone now, but I will find another goal sooner or later.
I have to say, mate, I missed you big time out there. There was some serious low patch. No, I did. I needed you there. Just, even if we weren't talking to one another, just pushing one another on. Yeah, did miss you seriously there.
I was there in spirit.
Yeah. Talking of which, mate, what are we going to do then? What's the next event?
I don't know. I have been trawling the internet and looking for the right challenge. I mean, this challenge took me a while to find because, as I said, I'm looking for something that's challenging, but not a triathlon, because I've been there, done that, and I don't want to run a fast marathon because I've been there, done that, and also the training is just so specific for something like a marathon PB. I kind of just want something that scares me and challenges me, and this was it. It was perfect, and it's gone out the window. So something similar, probably an ultra trail run of some sort. Just got to find the right one now.
Yeah. Well, have a little look. I think I might go for something slightly shorter for a while.
Well, you're not going the next step up to UTMB? I mean...
Well, there have been discussions, maybe try and go to UTMB, but for the short CCC. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to sign on a dotted line just yet.
But you heard it here first, folks.
But I've got to say, I've absolutely... just loved this whole process of training for something new. It was incredibly humbling as well, being out there on course and kind of stepping into the ultra running world. Those guys are absolutely insane. The speed at which some of them were descending, even after 100K, was mind-blowing. And it's given me this whole new motivation, something that I want to go after and target. And that is why I'm thinking about things like UTMB in the future. And I've got to say, thanks to Training Peaks as well for the help through this. I mean, just tracking my fitness day in, day out. Every run I came back from, I was like, oh yes, I've improved a bit. And
well, I've been tracking mine, and it's back down to where it was when we started this whole video, in pretty much single figures again. So back to square one.
Oh. Yeah. Well, thanks ever so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the UTS adventure.
Yeah. So is it Global Trail Running Network now? What?
I think I'm leaving, mate. I'm off to do trail running.
Yeah,
now. That's
it. Global Trail Running Network or something.
The calendar has been pretty bare, and if I'm honest, I've been lacking motivation. I thought it's time to rectify this and set myself a challenge. I'm heading back home to Dartmoor, a rugged and beautiful part of the UK West Country, to attempt an off-road ultra marathon. I'm planning on making my way by foot from the most northerly point through the centre of the bleak moorland to finish at the most southerly point. It's somewhere around 30 miles. That's not taking into account the hills, bogs, weather, and of course, the huge granite tours that will all add to this adventure. I am super excited to take you guys along for the run.
Well, those
those of you who watched our man versus horse video will have a little bit of an insight into the terrain that I'm going to be facing. That, however, was at the end of a fairly hot, dry spell at the end of summer, and the sun even came out. But Dartmoor is notorious for its ever-changing conditions and physically harsh environment, so much so that the British Army actually choose to use it as one of their training areas. Well, with that in mind, I have spent some time planning, packing my bag with all the things I could potentially need, and also making sure I've got an emergency backup plan, because I'm going to be running solo across the moor, and there are only 2 points that I actually cross a road, and I'm hoping that one of those I'll be able to catch up with the GTN team. All right, the important time, packing my bag. I've got enough kit and fuel to get me through the day, plus some extras. And I've never actually done an unsupported run of this distance, so I want to be on the safe side. Fuel-wise, I've gone for a selection of malt loaf, homemade cookies, jelly babies, of course, and some emergency bars. Then there's the technology side. I've got my Wahoo Element Roam for navigation and my phone for emergency comms. I'm carrying a battery pack, and then of course the GoPro, as I'm going to be filming myself. I am hoping to meet with the team around halfway if phone reception allows, but I do need to be prepared to be self-sufficient, which means I feel a little like a pack horse. However, safety is important on Dartmoor. I've also managed to squeeze in my trusty OS map, a waterproof jacket, and a spare t-shirt. All right, I've left my car at the start, and here I am. I am on the edge, the northern edge of Dartmoor, this beautiful expanse of wilderness, and it's just around 50k between here and the south of the moor. And one of the biggest challenges is the fact that there is pretty much no phone reception, so I have to at least expect there to be none, and if there is any, it's a bonus. So I've made sure I've triply planned. I've got my route on my phone, also got my route on my bike computer, and I've got an old school map just as backup. The guys at GTN know my route and they know my kind of ETA, so yeah, let's wish for the best. I think it's this way. Here it goes. I'm venturing out onto the wild of Dartmoor. The conditions are looking really quite nice for me. Got some sheep for company. Sure, I'll see plenty of those guys around. Yeah, there's not very much going on up here. And at the moment, there's not very much wind, which is quite nice. I set off feeling quite cold and really worrying I wasn't wearing enough. But I think I've already got warm after going up the first hill, so I think I'll be good. I just need to wake up. Should have a second coffee. Right, so it's best out of my route planning skills, or my route plan, because just up there, you can see that line along. It's a really nice gravel track that I was on. But my route's told me to come off, and I've already been having to jump over peaty, sort of boggy puddles, and as you can see, I'm just having to look where I'm going all the time, and there's just loads of bits like this that are just going to tire me out if I have to do more of this than I do running on the path. And yeah, I'm a bit annoyed. Like, I've got to just get over this lot. This is the path. Which is all well and good on a normal run. I quite enjoy it. But today, I just want easier the better. And easier is not always shorter. I think it's trying to give me the shortest route. First road crossing coming up. Okay, this is the next fail. This is only a few seconds after the last one. This is my first crossing. And there's no stepping stones. It's too early for wet feet. Yeah, if I was on a bike, it's really shallow. It's just too deep for trainers. This is going to be really cold.
it goes. Oh, it's so shallow, but it's so cold. Well, actually, it's quite nice. So annoyingly shallow. Just don't want to get bare feet yet. Let's hope it's not too many more of those because it's going to be a very long day. Ready for some views, because I think this is my highest point for a while. I've basically been going uphill ever since I started, 46 minutes ago, and yeah, here you go. Here, so I came from that valley down there, and this is Dartmoor for you. Views for miles. I'll show you. Have my face in it. Okay, first bit of downhill for a little while. Here we go. Although I can't go too crazy down the hills because I don't want to wear out my quads. But I think it's more. Actually, there can't be more uphill than downhill because I finish lower than I start, which is a good thing. I think it's about 1,000 meters of elevation, which I don't believe. I feel like there's going to be more. So I apologise if I was a bit grumpy to start with. But my mood should get better now that I'm actually moving. For those of you who are interested, these are tours. These massive kind of piles of balanced granite. And they are basically just lumps of granite on top of a hill, of which there's lots in Dartmoor. And you can see how massive they are. You might wonder what on earth I'm showing you right now. But a bit of a story here. So I'm in luck today because I am currently on the edge of the Dartmoor firing zone, or one of the firing zones. And this is a sign that it's okay. If that had a red flag on top of it, then I'd be in trouble because it basically means that they would be doing live firing right now. But yeah, Dartmoor, because it is such a harsh environment, it is a great training zone for the British military. And I think quite a few other countries come over and train with the British military here too. So it's not unusual to suddenly see a load of guys just come out from the grass and be hiding on some sort of operational exercise. Makes it quite cool, I think. It just means that we have to share it and sometimes can't quite go where we want. But I think it's enough space. Hello, Bonnie. Hello. Hello. It's okay. Where are all your friends? Oh, are you okay? Yeah, it's a bit lonely, so it's quite nice to see a little Dartmoor pony, but I am slightly concerned because Dartmoor ponies, they're not entirely wild. They have owners, but they're not normally on their own. They're herd animals, so they should be in a group, and it looks just not entirely happy, like they're just slightly worried. It seems a bit kind of flat and there's no other ponies anywhere nearby. I mean, it's not in major distress, it's just not quite right. So I'm hoping that a farmer will be up here soon and be able to check on it. But anyway, I've got a style now into some new terrain. Let's see. It's not exactly kind of suburbia, is it? A nice little downhill bit, actually making a bit of pace at last. There's a really cool little, well, it's not even a detour, it's on my route. Some old stone circles, or I should say old, medieval. Oh, and I think the Druids might have been around because there's some kind of sacred circle. Anyway, let's ignore that for the moment. Yeah. Completely perfect. And there's another one just next door. It is amazing, isn't it? I'd love to know what went on like hundreds of years ago and why they decided to just put a load of bits of granite in a circle in the middle of this wilderness. I think you can tell I'm used to running with people. And I get a bit lonely on my own. I almost brought Mabin with me, my little sausage dog, but 50k is probably a little bit too much for his little legs. I mean, it's turning into potentially too much for my legs. And I wouldn't want to have to drag him through it too. So he wanted to come. I had to leave him at home. I've hopefully got a friend joining me at the end for the last little bit. And then I'm seeing the boys who are filming somewhere en route, if we can coordinate well enough, because phone reception is so bad. They're hardly getting reception, I'm hardly getting reception. So it'll be a miracle if we get to meet up, but I'm hoping so, because yeah, I mean, it's so beautiful and peaceful today. Really peaceful on the moor. It leaves you a lot of time with your thoughts, which is really quite nice. And I know how fortunate I am to be able to do this and to get out onto Dartmoor. And I just know that I haven't been very grateful so far this morning. It's an opportunity that I know most people would absolutely die for, so I need to be grateful for this. Suck it up, keep running. I think before it gets too late, because I can't just fuel purely on jelly babies as much as I'd love to, so. I'm trying to find the guys and I have no phone reception, so I'm guessing they do. But we said Dartmeet, which is this beautiful place here. I'm half expecting to find them playing in the river, but this is slightly off course. I'm just going to pop down here in case they happen to be around. Thank you. I'm relieved to see you guys because it was getting close to river water, which I think is quite fresh, but it's probably better. So.
Do you like any food?
I'm still well stocked.
Oh, good work. Self-sufficient. All right.
I am, yeah. I think I'm self-sufficient for about 5 people.
How many K are you in now?
27.
Oh,
so I will feel once I've done 30 that I'm breaking it, but it's nice to see you guys. I was just like, it's quite weird. I'm not used to just running on my own, like with no dogs or not on a horse or no people, and I'm kind of like, oh, it's too much time to kind of
beautiful,
just like,
though. Good work.
Yeah. So right, don't watch me because I'm probably gonna be walking on this day, but I will see you guys
Good
later.
stuff. Keep up
See
the
ya.
good work.
Thank you. Okay, another high point, literally. This is Cumston Tor, or Cumston Tor. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I'm sure locals say I got it wrong. But anyway, it's very high up and it's come up from a valley. But another one ticked off. The views go on forever. But I think I started somewhere like on the horizon over there this morning, a long time ago. Okay, Dartmoor is starting to look a little bit more rugged, more bleak, and just, well, rather barren. Just, I could be anywhere. There's just nothing. It's just soft, hard work grass like I had early on. And you saw how that made me feel. So thankfully, I think I'm actually feeling a bit stronger than I was earlier. And I'm breaking the back of this thing. Okay, I found something that makes me happy. It's a bit weird, but I've just found a trig point. I mean, there's plenty of good things about them. They're a great navigational mark, so they're marked on the Earth's maps. But also, they're at the top of hills. And it's not because I love hills, it's I love being at the top of them. Because then, it's downhill. gonna sit down and treat myself because I've got some yummy homemade cookies that are all wrapped up and I've been carrying around with me. I was gonna treat myself because I have passed 30k a little while ago now, but it is freaking beating and soggy and just hard going, and there's like no shelter. And yeah, so I just decided that I should eat on my way, and I went for the malt loaf instead. But anyway, I haven't done very well on my fueling today because I just don't know. I just never do. But so I think that means I'm fine. But I was just starting to get hungry, so I thought better listen to the body. The moor's been really quite dry until now, and this is just like soft bogginess that just takes out energy from every stride. And I think I'm quicker walking. I'm not really too keen to try and get across there because if I get it wrong, I might twist my ankle or something. Oh, I've done so well until now to actually keep dry feet, and I've just had to go through like a bit of a dodgy bog. So Dartmoor is known for its bogs, and you kind of have to be wary because their horses have been lost in bogs. They're quite scary places because you just can't get out if you start, once you start getting sunk in. Anyway, I just made it through that. Doesn't even look like anything, but it's just basically marshland, and it's really dry at the moment. So if it wasn't, I would not recommend doing this route. But I have just found a gravel path and some rather cool swimming lakes. I mean, if only it was a hot day. I survived the bog. I had a slight scary moment. I couldn't get my GoPro out, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm through and I'm back on the hard, so back on track. I have just passed 40k. 40k. Woo. And that's thanks to this track behind me, or that I'm on. I have just basically doubled my speed. The last 4k? No, the last 5k. I've averaged around 5:15, 5:20 a k. And I was averaging about 10 minutes per kilometre. So it really shows what terrain can do. And I'm hoping it's going to be this all the way home. I'm sure it's not, but this last 5k has just flown by, which is awesome. So if I haven't gone too wrong, I've only got 10 to go. Maximum, that is. So things are looking good. I think I see her. At last, here she is. Hello. I have company. So well done for finding me. This is a massive relief because obviously phone reception is pretty dodgy.
Yes, you know, interesting.
And so this is really like easy, but you've done the route up. So what's I got left?
It's quite nice down, relatively trodden in, so I think you'll have a nice time.
Well, have a nice time because I'm running with you. So, and now this bit is definitely going to feel easier. Like, I've just been powering along there, partly because I didn't want to keep you waiting and make you run further, so I was like, oh, I'm going to knock her around. And then, yeah, also just like worrying that I was gonna miss you, and I was like, what happens if I can't find you on Dartmoor?
I've been using my watch directions for the first time ever, so
cool.
Luckily it made us find each
Yeah,
other.
well, and this track is like the best bit of running I've had for the whole like 5.5 hours.
I can imagine.
Anyway, it's time to catch up. I'll see you guys later. I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's Plymouth over there, and that's the sea, which I've been talking about quite a lot, but now you might be able to see it. And it's just absolutely stunning, and I can take it in because I don't have to look where I'm going, so I'm running on a track. So this is so nice, and as you can probably tell, I'm just excited that the end is in sight. All right, I've done 45k, so I think there's only less than 5k to go, and I've carried these cookies with me all the way. They're probably completely squished, but these are, what's in them? There's a little bit of sea salt, but they're predominantly chia seeds, oatmeal, and almond flour, and yeah, there's a few bits of chocolate. So I think it's treat time, Ella. Elegantly done, Ella. I'm gonna do the stepping stones, I think. Might regret this. I'm getting brave at my river crossings now. Might regret it. This is where Ella got to and went, Woo. There we go. It's there. Alright, the edge of the moor. This is the south of Dartmoor. I'm not back to the car yet. I'm not quite sure where Ella's parked. But this is pretty much it. 47k. I kind of want to make it to 50, but that's not really the point, is it? Yeah. Oh, Harfordmore. Well, this is Dartmoor, but came from somewhere over there on the north. This is the south. And I've been going for 6 hours 20. I'm done. So, you know, I mentioned that I was on 47k. Well, it ended up being 2k back to the car, and I couldn't resist one extra because, yeah, I had to make it 50k. But I've said goodbye to Ella. She's very kindly dropped me back at my car at the start, and now it's time to start my recovery because I'm exhausted. I mean, I'm still running on adrenaline because I'm so chuffed that I have completed North to South Dartmoor. It's been on my bucket list for ages, but I didn't expect it to be quite that hard. The first half was definitely the hardest bit, and having company at the end certainly helped, and I would seriously recommend it, but it's not a challenge to be taken lightly. So if you do want to go and do anything like that, make sure you've got your backup plans, you've checked out your safety, and most importantly, check the weather forecast, because Dartmoor, I was quite lucky. It was fairly kind to me today, but it can be brutal out there, but beautiful. Anyway, I've enjoyed myself. I'm hoping you guys have enjoyed following me along on this little kind of epic journey. Give us a like if you have, and remember, you can follow us on our social media channels, and you can also subscribe to us here on YouTube.
Strip waffle at 5:30 in the morning. All calories are good calories at 5:30 in the morning. Same last minute thoughts as always. This was a dumb idea. Nah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. What could possibly go wrong?
This is your moment. Who will you become?
Time to run. 110 kilometers, 3,500 meters of climbing, and probably a whole lot of suffering. Join me as I take you through my day and how I make it to the finish line, and also how I made it to the start line. I'm happy. I'm out running. I'm in nature. Now we get the full Lake District experience. There is nowhere I'd rather be, even though I'm hurting and moving very slowly. And I actually can't bring myself to walk up another mountain. Sorry. Today is going to be a real journey. Join me in this video as I take you behind the scenes of my personal journey back to fitness with the help of HumanGo, the AI enhanced training app, and back to a start line, and back to life. I'm gonna get my gloves back out because I can't feel my hands. Onwards. 1 hour in, and sun is rising behind me. Headlamps away, jackets off. It's still pretty cold, but moving along decently. I've let a few people go. It's all been on along the flats, but the first climb is coming shortly. For those of you who watch GTN regularly, you probably already know a little bit about me. For those of you who don't, I should probably introduce myself. My name's James, and I was a pro triathlete. I had a fair amount of success over a 12-year career, and while it wasn't a particularly easy way to make a living, I wouldn't change anything about it. But all good things must come to an end, and a few things conspired to make carrying on as a pro somewhat unfeasible. Namely, a global pandemic. My wife had a child, closely followed 21 months later by 2 more children, twins. And also, I got old. At this point, I was just shy of my 38th birthday, and while I probably wasn't over the hill yet, the writing was on the wall. I'll let you decide which of those things played the biggest role in my pro-retirement, but needless to say, it all came to an end. GTN has been a fun adventure, and the various challenges have gone some way to keeping me fit in these post-retirement years. But anyone tell you the transition from pro life to real life is not an easy one. Add in relocating your entire family and life from South Africa to the UK, 3 kids under school age, and the fact that your wife is going through the same post-pro life transition that you are at the same time. Her name is Jodie Swallow, and she was arguably a more successful pro triathlete than I was. And it's easy to see why some things got lost along the way. As I found my way through a new career, found my way through being a father to 3, and found my way through life in a new country, I kind of lost myself. For many years, training was the priority, the top priority. Literally every other obligation came second to training. But now, it was a much lower priority. Lower than the kids, for sure. Lower than work. Lower than sorting out the house. Lower even than sleep, because try as I might, I just was not getting enough sleep. But while exercise used to be work, it was also vital for my mental health. More than I ever realized. Now, because of life, I couldn't find my way out the door to exercise. And as a result, I lost my fitness, and I lost my energy. And as a result, I lost my happiness. I lost myself. I won't go into too much detail, but for a while, things got pretty dark. But as you can see, I got through it. There were various things that helped me get through it, like therapy. But one of those things was getting fit again. Not just the occasional session here and there that fit around my life, but regular planned exercise. To do that, I needed a goal, a big goal. It's something that motivated me. So I went back to one of my first true loves, trail running, and I chose a goal. 100 kilometer ultra was the perfect goal. But not this one. Back in January 2022, I set a goal of the ultra trail Snowdonia. And I got training, and I got fit, or fitter. And then I broke my toe, and it hit me hard. I struggled for a bit after that. But as I was a pro, and these things happen, you learn to deal with the downs. And I got training again, and I got fitter again, even though that ultra trail Snowdonia race was out the window. And then I tore my calf. Something I'd never done in all my years of crazy training as a triathlete. And this one took a bit more mental strength to get over. I really struggled with it. I was back down. I pulled myself out of it again, and then I tore the other calf, filming a video for the channel. Before I explain more, I should give a shout out to HumanGo, the AI-powered training app. HumanGo made this video possible. In fact, through their support of a few videos now on GTN, they've made my return to fitness possible. They supported that first ultra that I was training for, which ended abruptly with a broken toe. They also supported the recent Challenge Volcy video where I returned to actual triathlon racing. And now they've supported this video. Not just financially, of course, although that is appreciated, but also through their actual app, training me. You see, the app is powered by an AI engine, which they call Hugo. And you can put in your goals and your current fitness, and it'll produce a whole program for you. And then, crucially, it'll monitor and adjust your program as you go, giving you actual feedback on each session and adjusting the next sessions as you go so that you're always getting fitter. And it works pretty well. I've gotten to know Hugo, that's the name they've given the AI within the engine, pretty well over the last few years. And although we've had a few disagreements on some of the training he's set me, for the most part, he's facilitated my return to fitness. Just don't put him on drill sergeant mode because he can be pretty harsh. My kids are a bit older now. The twins just turned 5 and started school, and maybe that was all it took. Some time to work through the tough preschool years, and as they age you get a bit more breathing room for yourself. Maybe this point where I get some life back was always coming, but for a while there, I felt trapped under a mountain of pressure, and it felt like it would never end or get better. I know this sounds very first world problems, and that is exactly why I wanted to make this film. Because I look at my life and I think, What right do I have to be miserable, to feel down, to complain? I have a brilliant wife who's also a brilliant mother. I have 3 gorgeous kids. I have a house, I have a job. I even have my health, if not my fitness. But when life is on top of you and you feel completely overwhelmed and you can't actually see any reprieve on the horizon, it can be all too easy, crazy, but all too easy to think that the only way out is checking out permanently. Middle-aged men aged 35 to 54 have the highest suicide rate in the UK. It is the leading cause of death in men under 50 in the UK and the second leading cause of death in men under 50 in the USA and in Canada. And most of them feel the same way I did. From the outside, my life is okay. Things are pretty good. I just need to pull myself out of it. My moment of realization came when I was filling in a medical form and it asked, have you ever contemplated suicide? A few years ago, the answer was a definitive no. But now, it was yes. Quite often, actually, in quite some detail. Sorry. Maybe I was just one badly timed stressor away from it all just being too much. I guess we'll never know. But the point is, I'm doing okay. I'm happy. I'm out running. I'm in nature, in my happy place. I'm doing hard things, which I enjoy. I am genuinely happy. I'd be a bit happier if the finish line was a bit closer though. Three hours down, so far so good. I have no idea what position I'm in, how far away the leaders are. I know I'm not winning, but I'm moving okay. Keeping some powder dry for later in the day. Hit a few low patches, I'm not gonna lie. It's not been all smooth sailing, but it's going okay. Go. I'll take those. Thank you. Really feeling flat. I feel like I need to just slow down and have a lot to eat and get my energy back. Problem is, if you slow down, you just never get there. It's so far that you got to keep moving, and it started raining too.
Pardon, James.
Thank you.
You want fresh water with electrolyte and food around the corner there?
Okay. Have a good feed. My stomach is not feeling good, which means I'm not absorbing anything I eat, which is causing some problems.
Can I offer you some really weak mushroom soup? If you're struggling to take food in.
I'll just have some Coke, thanks. Thanks.
There you go.
Legs are feeling flat, body's feeling flat. So, not where I was hoping to be feeling 50 k's in. Let's see how this next mountain goes and then we'll decide on the rest. At this point, I was already struggling. Things had not been going to plan since pretty early on in the race. I didn't want to admit it to Belinda or to the camera or even to myself, really. But my stomach had been cramping and I hadn't been eating properly. I knew things were going the wrong direction. I was trying to be positive and keep rallying, but I was really struggling. And I wasn't even halfway yet. I better get running because it'll be a long walk at this pace. As the rain starts pissing down, I am really struggling now.
Guess where Daddy. I hope you get well soon.
Well done for running all that way.
Well done for running that way. I love you. Bye.
I mean, the day's not going to plan. I've been around the block enough times to know it's an endurance event. They don't always go to plan. They seldom do, in fact. But I was hoping it would go a bit better than this. Trying to remind myself that there's nowhere I'd rather be than out here in the mountains, even in the rain. I quite like it in the rain, actually. And right now, I still feel like that. There is nowhere I'd rather be, even though I'm hurting and moving very slowly. I'm not sure I'll still feel the same in 10K's time. Never mind 50K's time. There's at gates. Don't want the sheep to escape. Now we get the full Lake District experience. Let's tip it down. So I'm walking again, which is not that unusual in an ultra trail run. You're supposed to walk the uphills, and I'm currently walking what would ordinarily be a very runnable section. Still trying to appreciate the view. You've got a rainbow. It's not brightening my spirits very much though. Look at this place. It's a beautiful place to suffer. Ah. I'm going even slower now on a very runnable path. Ah.
Hey Belinda, where are you? Okay, I'm heading your way. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep going. I'll meet you. Yeah. Well, you come back towards me, and I'll meet you. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm just moving so slowly now that I don't think I'm gonna keep going. Let me get to you, and then we can meet. See you now.
So I found our camera operator Belinda, which means I found my car. It's 79 kilometers, and I actually can't bring myself to walk up another mountain at 5 kilometers an hour and spend another 5, probably 6 hours hiking through the mountains and finish at 11:30 tonight. My day has just not gone the way I'd hoped it was going to. So I'm going to call it there and go lick my wounds. Johnny, come look at the photos of Daddy's race that he did in the Lake District. Come sit here. Look, this was Daddy running in the mountains. You see, this was the when I went to Lake District to go and run.
Why did you have to go all the way to Lake District?
Oh, that's where the mountains are. It's a good place to run. Wait, Johnny, there's more. Did you miss me when I went to the Lake District?
Yeah.
You did? Should I go do another one? No. Did you miss me too much?
Yeah.
My race didn't go very well. But it wasn't me. I had a bad tummy. My tummy was sore. But I still had 30 kilometers to go to the finish line and I didn't make it. It's okay though. I still had a good day out. Look at that. There's Daddy, look at that. I still had a good day out. It wasn't all bad. It didn't go to plan. It doesn't really matter. We'll pick another one soon. Thanks again to HumanGo for making it possible and for guiding me through it. Sorry to Hugo that the race itself didn't go to plan, even if the training went to plan. On to the next one. What do you think I should do next, guys?
Nothing.
What? What about a marathon? Should I do a marathon?
Nothing.
What do you think I should do?
Nothing.
I could run another one.
No.
Oh. What should I do now then?
Days.
Stay?
Go
All the time.
work.
Go work? What? The whole reason I do those things is to not work. Don't tell them though. Love you guys.
Papu pad.
Personally, I've visited Lanzarote more times than I would like to admit. Like many, I come for the good weather, the miles of amazing roads, the hills, and the lava rock. Lots of it. But in all my years, I've never attempted or even contemplated heading off the beaten track and running the length of the island. But here we are.
So we're currently at the most northern point in the village of Orzola, and our end point is right down there. Yeah, in Playa Blanca, 70 kilometers away. All that stands between us is lots of lava rock and over 1,500 meters of elevation.
Mark reckons we're going to be able to do this in 8 hours. Maybe less, you know. Maybe less. I'm not even convinced we can actually do it. Never mind do it in 8 hours. Yeah. We are here with plenty of time, though. As you can see, the sun's rising behind. It's just gone 7:30 in the morning, which gives us 11 hours till sunset. Not that we're going to need that. We're giving ourselves plenty of time here. You almost ready? Ready to hit the road, trail, volcanic rock, whatever it is? 70 Ks. Here we go. Straight up.
I'll say I'm actually really excited about today. As I say, we've been to the island more times than I'd like to admit. James as well. We sort of know more or less every road on the island, but today we're venturing into new territory. Bit of an adventure, really. It's actually quite an historical trail. It's called the Camino del Guanche, or the GR131, which we'll bore you about a little bit later on. But essentially, we're heading straight uphill from the off here, working our way up towards the top of Tabiesco, which many people probably know of or have heard of, and then work our way down to De Guise. And it's basically kind of rolling then, skirt around the Tim and Fire National Park, and then all the way down to Playa Blanca. 70 Ks later.
What could possibly go wrong? Fun adventure.
Look at that.
Legs are feeling it already. Hopefully it's just because we started on that.
Is this Haria?
I'm always well up for an adventure. My concern, of course, is that my body might not be. But I'll tough it for as long as I can.
Do it for me, James. I mean, I might cramp. Good spirits right now, though. Someone can fill in a few details for me, but this is a famous architect on the island that I believe used to build buildings into the lava rock. That's as much as I know. Cesar Manrique. Only because I just saw the name, but someone told me that once. Tabiesco awaits.
into the clouds. It's gone very warm. It's actually quite cold today. The long sleeves may come out. Whew. So we're at the top of Tabiesco. You might be able to see the restaurant over there that some of you may know well. Highest point on the route, well, highest point on the island more or less. Actually, technically, the highest point is somewhere over there in the fog. It's not that much higher, but I can't actually get to it because it's a military zone now. So we're a little over 15k in, an hour 40 in, but we've done over half our elevation.
Yeah. So what you're saying, it's all downhill from here.
Not far off. Let's not get complacent. Well, we're coming out of the clouds on the other side of Tabiesco. Yeah, a little sneak peek of what's to come.
Can't see the bottom half of the island yet.
No. One of the things I love about these adventures is very often these trails are steeped in history. This is what the GR actually connects all the Canary Islands. It's a line through them. It's called the Camino del Guanche because essentially it pieces together bits of the trails that the original inhabitants of those Guanches used to use on the island. It's kind of like a tribute to them. They, I believe, settled on the island around 1000 BC. No one really knows quite how they got there or whether they were sailors or whatever. And then it wasn't until the 15th century when the Spanish conquest of the Canaries actually kind of wiped them out through slavery and bringing disease. There's very little actually known about them. It's pretty cool to be piecing together, and I love the mountains. We've been to the island so many times. Interested, James? Learning. He's also sceptical whether history is factually correct.
I'm a little bit dubious about my teacher. I might be just making it all up.
They also had one eye and a big sort of like nose that came out. This is not the sort of trail you want to fall over on. Not that you ever want to fall over, but I'd rather not fall over on volcanic rock. Not sure it would leave you in very good state. Woo. So we're out of the town of Teguise. Now we're kind of on this like rolling section. Say rolling, like it's going to be really nice. It's probably really savage. Yeah, now we work our way, we're sort of going into a dip, work our way up to Saint Bartholome, up there, and we go down again, up, down. It's going right. James just stopped.
We're about 26 k's in and I'm starting to feel it a little bit. Mark is doing the trail runner's version of half wheeling me. He's a few steps ahead of me the whole time.
I'm sorry.
Because he's just clearly feeling better than I am currently. But that's okay, we'll just ride it out for 10 more k's and then he'll probably be feeling the same as me.
Yeah, probably.
So, but yeah, he's every time I catch up to him, he thinks, oh cool, I'm a little faster now, and he gets 10 steps in front of me again. I'm having fun too. Top 2 fun, but it's fun. Na 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 na. The sun is blazing. There is no green for miles around, and it really feels like we're trudging through a desert now.
Or Mars. One or the other.
Huh? Or Mars? Yeah, I don't know a song about Mars though. 'Cause I've been through the desert on a horse with no mane. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's hard as hell. There's no one there to raise them.
You know, you took about half.
If you did,
I might just go.
Doesn't like my singing. I was about to bust out the chorus of Rocket Man. Back to the silent trudge through the desert then.
That's a lot of fun, this. Love the trails, mate. And normally this route is split across 5 stages, 5 days, sort of like 10 to 20k each day. We're doing it in one. But also, the FKT is actually quite an impressive 6 hours 55 minutes, which is an average of 5:30 per kilometre pace, which we're not hitting. I think we're around 6.
We'd have to pick it up substantially.
But this is kind of like a requiem, because we could come back, couldn't we?
Oh, are we?
Now we know the route.
Are we?
Yeah, I reckon.
Oh, that's another news bomb for me today.
We're into San Bartolomé now. It's nice to just hit a bit of shade. We're so exposed.
It's around about this point in every challenge where you think, I should have trained. Right on a route. That's inconvenient. What are we doing, Mark? Back to Ozola. Mark's doing some navigation.
Bear with. We're currently trying to find a detour round. We found a little goat track which has footprints. I don't think we're the first to come across this issue. It's obviously just decided a path going through their land. Fantastic. Okay, the next step is we're heading sort of this way, then hooking around, I believe. And then it's just that mountain range ahead. The stand between us and Playa Blanca. And a very long plateau off the back of that, which is probably going to really drag. Looks like a really long way when you look at this. My inner zombie hill slumped over shuffle.
Did you do Norseman, Mark?
Yeah, did I tell you about Norseman? All that stands between us and Playa Blanca right now is about 130 metres of elevation and a half marathon on this.
At that stage of the day now where nothing you do can give you more energy, nothing you do can make you feel smoother or run better. Stretching, eating, drinking, it's just the same. You gotta push through, trudge on. I mean, I knew it would come to this. And even so, it's always a surprise. 10 miles to go. We'll make it now.
There we go, we are skirting around the edge of the Timber Fire National Park here. It's pretty surreal. Just a huge sort of lava field, lava rock. I believe last time it erupted was in the 1700s. Obviously spewed all down here and hit the towns just down here. It's pretty wild though, isn't it? Oh yeah, James going to the toilet again.
The terrain, the heat, the surface and the distance are all starting to take their toll on us. And despite being so close to the end, James has voiced more than once his desire to stop.
Has it been as bad as he thought it was going to be? Yeah. Every bit as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then some.
Well, I'm not sure I would allow him to pull the plug now, but in true James fashion, he is soldiering on. And we're so close now.
Just ticked over running time of 6 hours 55 minutes. That's total running time since we started, which is the FKT. We still got 11k to go.
Yeah. Wasn't ever on the course.
Pretty impressive though. And we're just coming round. Basically, Fermez is over there for anyone who's been to the island and knows the climbs. There's a very barren section of the island, isn't there?
Less than 10k's to go. It's not getting any less brutal. Underfoot it is very rough. Really sticking the knife in me. And I think Mark has still got his predicted 8 hours in his mind, so he can smell home. You probably can't even see him on there. He's up there though, disappearing into the sunset. While I trudge my way over the technical terrain. There it is, finish line. Looks like Mark's gonna get there before me. Surprise, surprise.
In single digits now.
It said Playa Blanca 7k's on the sign as we came out of the rocks there.
And well, it says we've still got 7 meters of ascent. I'd say we're more or less.
Oh, can we get on over with the ascent already? That's not the challenge. It's not been the challenge all day. It's the 70k's.
You seemed to moan a bit when we were going up the hill, though.
I didn't. Alrighty,
should we just shuffle on?
Shuffle on. Just about took a tumble minutes ago, which would be pretty uncomfortable on sharp lava rock like this. 1K to go.
Oh, what an adventure.
We made it.
You know what? We weren't far off that 8 hour.
We weren't.
8 hours.
In fact, our moving time was less than 8 hours. It was just all those stops.
Oh man. Get me an ice cream and get in that sea. Jeez. Dude, photo there.
We made it.
That was actually a really cool route.
It is a really cool route. I have to say, I can definitively say that there are easier ways to get from the north of Lanzarote to the south of Lanzarote. Not a particularly easy route.
Aren't you glad you've done it?
I am glad I have done it. It was a really cool route, like challenging, scenic, and a lot of really nice trails. But yeah,
I wouldn't like to do it south to north, mind you. I think that'd be disgusting.
I don't think I'd like to do it north to south again. I've done it.
Well, mate, we did it in, I said we'd do it in 8 hours or less. Okay, we did it in 8 hours 21. That's pretty close.
With stops.
With
so
stops.
Yeah, if we had cut the stops down, we would have made it. So yeah,
I mean, I do
I'll
keep
tip
saying
my hat to
the FKT is 6:55. I do think it's possible.
I do think I have done my one time across the island, Mark. But I will support you. I'll drive the sport car for you to do the FKT.
I'm up for it. I honestly, I will come back. I want to go after it. If you guys want to see us or me do or try the FKT.
And if you are coming to Lanzarote, check out that route. I mean, maybe not do the whole thing in one day, but like the first 15 Ks from the start of Norzola up to the top of Tabiesco is a really cool route. The last 10 Ks, also through the lava fields, really nice
It's
too.
amazing. Yeah, I mean, actually, normally people will actually split it into 5 stages and do it over 5 days. So actually the maps are already there, ready for you to do them in these kind of
But it's all marked
kilometers.
and you can just do any piece of it too. It's a pretty cool route that not many people know about. And we take that one off.
Yeah.
On to the next challenge.
Well, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and see you soon. Mate, we might have hit 1 million subscribers by now.
While we're out there running, we might hit 1 million subscribers. We should go check.
Yeah.
I found myself bobbing in the middle of a lake in the pouring rain. We're running through. This is when you ask yourself, how did I get here?
Swimming and running make up 2/3 of our sport, so you'd think we'd be in our comfort zone when it comes to putting these two together. Throw mountains, cold lakes, and navigation into the mix, and the scale of this challenge suddenly becomes rather apparent. So Mark, James, and I are taking on what is arguably the UK's toughest swim-run challenge. We've headed to the north of England to the Lake District, and the clue is in the name. There are a lot of lakes, or tarns and waters as they are officially known, and as you can see, they are surrounded by a lot of hills, making this the perfect setting for an adventure.
This adventure has a purpose though, to complete the Frog Graham Round, an extreme swim run FKT.
Yep, and the total elevation of this is 4,630 metres, over 65 kilometres of rough and mountainous terrain over basically stuff like this behind me, with also 4 rather cold swims thrown in for good measure. Now, the current record, which was set by Richard Anderson back in September of 2020, is an incredible 10 hours and 25 minutes. So it gives you a bit of an idea as to what we are taking on.
Now, self-navigate a route like this requires a lot of planning and preparation, and we've studied the route on a map, but understanding the terrain is something else. Now, we've looked in detail at various maps, we've read blogs, we've looked at pictures of the route, but I still feel a little bit uncomfortable at the enormity of this challenge, so felt like we needed a bit of extra help. And who better to ask than, well, the man with the fastest time. Now, I reached out to Richard. Sadly, he can't join us on the day for the event. I mean, that would maybe be cheating, having him guiding us around, and probably a long day as well. But he has shared some very valuable tips and advice, which I feel are really going to be quite vital in helping us. I mean, he says like his route isn't perfect, but he recce'd it so much and did like several. I think he did several attempts and failed. It's like hard to know you're at the summit kind of thing because it's not well walked over here. He said this is quieter, so just try and follow his route. But that's because you've obviously got to get to the top of it.
And then again, he said this is quite tough going down here, bouldery, and you've got to be really careful. If you go too far to the right, it's really bouldery.
Straight up there.
So it's straight up. I mean, he recce'd it lots. You just got to get your head down and climb up through that, basically. So that sounds, that's
push
kind of...
bashing.
Okay, we are at Moot Hall in Keswick, where the fun begins. I mean, we'll be back here in a few hours, guys.
Yeah, just a few. 65 Ks and of running and some swimming.
Some swimming, James, just to entertain you.
Yeah. Right, start and finish point. So straight back, yeah.
Straight back, yeah, see you in a bit.
Go.
Where are we going? Is this the way? I guess so. I haven't looked at my GPS yet.
Going right down main road.
Into the dry.
You're probably desperate to know exactly what we're talking about and how mad this challenge really is. The route starts in Keswick and immediately climbs Skiddaw, our first major and highest peak of the route. The route then descends down all the way to the first lake of the day, Bassenthwaite Lake. After a fresh swim across the lake, it's back onto land and straight up through more forest before heading out onto exposed mountain peaks. It's another long descent to Crummock Water. The second swim is shortly followed by a tough, steep ascent to Mulbrake Peak. After a few more peaks, the route descends to Buttermere Lake, the shortest lake crossing of the day. Once across the lake, the route heads up again to Robinson Peak and then further on up to Dale Head Peak. From there, it's pretty much all downhill to Derwent Water, the final and longest swim of the day across 3 islands. And the final push is just a flat 2k run back to Moot Hall in Keswick.
We picked a day for it. Glorious sunshine all week and this. Hopefully it's not too cold at the top. We have got waterproofs and some cold weather gear. Hopefully enough.
It is absolutely tipping it down.
Good job we're in wetsuits, eh? I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me, but we are still on our first climb. I was just a little under 800 metres of elevation, but as you can see, we are up in the elements, we're in the clouds. Done the first summit, little out back now, heading down. I believe this is quite steep. I'm quite excited to get off here. I got serious brain freeze. Look at that wind and rain. I'm not even sure if it's hail or rain. It's not just grey anymore. It's like I'm seeing colour for the first time. It's been interesting. Quite nice down here. Up there, not so much. We have been properly in the elements, like barely able to see 10 metres ahead of us.
How are you feeling, Heather?
A bit broken already. She's a bit worrying. Yeah, my quads are absolutely dead after that, and I seem to have got a stitch. But I'm not cold right now, which is nice.
How are you finding with the rain?
The rain's been fine. It's the howling gale at the top of the mountain that was a little bit challenging. To keep turning your hat to this side to keep the rain out of your eyes.
Come on, Jane! Great fun! Swim 1, done. It was a lot further than we expected. It didn't look so far, but here comes James.
So it took so long, I had to keep stopping to get the water up my shoes. Enjoy that swim. On to the next one.
What a day. Despite being absolutely peed on for the last 20 minutes running after the swim, we now need to wash our kit derobe despite being cold and wash everything off because, well, basically to limit the spread of the algae or contamination from one lake to the other. So yeah, particularly the first and the last lake are the problem ones. So time to derobe. James has gone for it.
I'm getting naked now. A bit.
Camera's got to go away, I'm afraid. James is very, very shy. A little update on how we're getting on. We are just over 3.5 hours in. We've done 20k, which really isn't that much, which just goes to show how tough this terrain is. We're in Windlatter Forest at the moment, so we just had quite a climb out of the swim. But I think actually we're all in good spirits. Everyone in good spirits, yes! I think that might be the happiest response I've had yet today. Hello?
How's life?
It's going alright. You not sure your gimbal's working, is it?
No, it's not.
To be honest, mate, you just need to employ us. We're just owning the action.
The gimbal's too excited to see you, that's why.
Should I stand like this?
Yeah.
Feel like that, to be honest.
So, how's it going?
To be honest, it's going alright. Hard to get some food. It's been a very bleak climb, very open landscape, and a straight path up the hill. Summit dance hasn't caught on yet. Dead. Another fantastic view.
How you feeling?
A bit broken, but still moving forwards.
That last section was rather hard. It just went on and on, very steep, fully in the elements. Had to get all our waterproofs out. Big Heather and James are suffering a little bit. Hopefully they get through this bad patch, but yeah, the descent's taking their toll on them. They're feeling their quads a bit, so.
It's just the downhills that hurt, and the uphills. The flat bits are fine. Unfortunately, on this route, we're on at flat bits, except the swim. It remains to be seen how I survive that one.
Oh, another ascend down. Now, to ascend this. I think this one's going to be a tough one.
We were warned about this bit. Not really a path.
We're literally crawling. On my hands and knees. We're crawling up this hill. Right, well.
I think we don't keep going soon, yeah, it's just going to go to sleep.
Just put it into perspective, last climb. So, I don't know if you can see this, but right down there, that's where we started our swim. Thank you, Richard Anderson, who designed this part of the route.
I think we're going to that lake next. Just the long way round.
Apparently, that's the way down.
Gotta get down there. Right, we're working our way down the descent to our third swim, the rocks. Oh, incredibly slippy.
We'll circumnavigate that gnarly bit.
The penultimate swim. Here we go. Excited faces.
That is really cold, man. Surely no one's going this cold.
Welcome back.
Hello.
How were the peaks?
Yeah, that was a pretty tough one.
Brutal?
Just finished the third swim. The very big mountain over there, and then one more pretty big swim to come. I'm not gonna lie, there's been a fair amount of talk of calling it quits right about now.
I think the sun coming out has maybe just saved the day.
Solar powered heather. I think probably we need a good feed and we'll all be good to go. It does look like we might be finishing the dock.
Yeah.
Today I've been feeling a little sorry for the guys today. Their quads start hurting quite early on from the descents. And I know what that's like. It's grim. You're wincing on every step on the downhills. It's just really hard going. But we are on the final run. We've just gone up to the first main summit, and we've just got a couple of little roller coaster rides up to this one. I mean, say little, I mean, it's still 400 meters of elevation.
Oh. No wind. This is the calm before the final storm. We're all getting very tired now. Myself especially.
It's the last one. It's all the way down to home. So we're not really sitting in daylight. There is the lake we have to swim across to get to Keswick.
The end is actually in sight. We've still got a massive downhill and then the biggest swim of the day. And I don't know what time it is, but it's late. The rush is on.
Last one. Again.
Almost there.
Have you ever seen fingers this fat? Look at that.
Ooh.
I literally feel like someone's just inflated my hands. But today I've just been dreaming of just bed. Just a warm, cozy bed.
Right,
Oh.
stop that. Just get them down there.
Hey guys, enjoy your final swim.
Do you see you on? Well, see you at Moot Tour, I guess. Last swim, guys.
Yeah, at 9 p.m. Not a good time to go swimming.
Swim in the water. Here he goes.
Yeah, should we just go to the right of it, or?
Island number 2.
Last swim done. 20 to 10 at night. A little jog into Keswick and we're done.
Done.
Yeah! High five.
We're all over the place.
We made it!
We made it.
I actually can't believe, well, I can now, but I couldn't for most of the day.
That's
Believe.
absolutely amazing. Yeah, incredible day.
It was about the most epic day I've ever done on my feet, I think.
Oh, Mark, you have been incredible. Without this man, there wouldn't be a video.
Definitely.
James and I wouldn't be here.
All the navigation, all the video.
Yeah.
No. You
No,
guys are
incredible.
amazing. That was brilliant. That was a lot harder than I expected.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, I knew it was going to be a savage day, but that was ridiculous. It was an incredible day,
Oh,
and I think I should probably end this by saying I know we inspire a lot of you to go out and do things. If you fancy doing this, awesome, but
do your research.
Yeah, do your research.
Don't
respect
underestimate this one.
Yeah, it was
Proper.
big. That was epic.
I bet
Thanks for
it's-
tuning in. That's been an awesome day.
Hit stop on my watch. 16 hours and 46.
Oh, I've got 38. But
68
but
days. We'll verify
Yeah.
all those.
big day. Big day.
Big
Well
day.
done, guys. Yeah, give us a like for our efforts. Please.
This is what the mountains were like.
Well done, you as well.
Very well done.